Going to have a TV show much longer. Is going to run for president. Apparently not a joke. Take a listen.
That you might run for office, maybe even president?
I've heard that one.
Yeah.
I've heard that one. Obviously, I mean, that's something I have discussed with my faith leader and my family.
Yeah.
And if there is some way for me to serve the American people in some way that could possibly be greater than a late night television show, I would consider that. But obviously, I've heard that, yeah. I get it. How about that? I get it.
Yeah. But FYI, they pay less than 13.5.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, that's true.
I know, it's
pretty
good.
It's a pretty good job right now.
Here with reaction, the Federalist election correspondent, Brianna Lyman. I say run, Stephen, run. Run. Go.
Yeah, I mean, this would be the second joke.
Make our day.
It would be the second joke that we had in the White House. But I actually don't think it would be surprising if Stephen Colbert runs for office, because really what it would be doing is he'd be admitting that his late night comedy show was actually just political theater, because he's a political hack. You know, this is someone who tried to pretend like he was a comedian. Meanwhile, he was peddling the Russia collusion hoax. He downplayed President Biden's gaffes. He gave cushy interviews to Kamala Harris. When he had Liz Warren on, instead of making a funny Pocahontas joke, he treated it like a serious Sunday morning interview. And despite all of that, the virtue signaling, the left-wing narratives, he still lost his show because he lost his ratings. So I think in his mind, he sees running for office as just the next logical step of his long-term political career.
Okay. He's not funny and he's not smart. I don't find him either one. Anyway, earlier today during the summit on Trump accounts, President Trump hilariously trolled Rosie O'Donnell. You can't go wrong going after Rosie. Take a look.
Remember that? Only Rosie O'Donnell? Ireland, you can keep her. Ireland has done us tremendous. The head of Ireland said, are all your people this way? We don't want that.
Brianna, you watch any of these videos of Rosie, she's like, she's all out of her mind. And it's like, I don't know. It's like catching fish in a barrel. It's kind of easy to go after her now.
You know, of all the people that President Trump got to self-deport this year, I think Rosie O'Donnell might have been his biggest accomplishment. But realize what we're talking about. This is a woman who left the greatest country in the world because she didn't like one person. Do you know what normal people do when they don't like the president? They wait 4 years and they go out and vote. But not Rosie O'Donnell. No, she had to overcorrect because her Trump derangement syndrome is so strong. In fact, she once said that her young daughter pounds the table screaming, damn Trump, damn Trump. And I thought to myself, how does it get this far? And I realized a lot of it is because the propaganda press made such a caricature out of President Trump for years that mentally unstable people like Rosie O'Donnell, they bought those lies hook, line, and sinker, and it's now impacted her life tremendously.
You know, it kind of reminds me of the movie Braveheart. My island, mine, you know, pretty funny moment. But they can have her. Anyway, all four of my grandparents left, so my family's here. She's there. Good place for her to be. Last but not least, Virginia voters finding out the hard way what play stupid games, win stupid prizes really means. Only days after Abigail Spanberger took office, members of her party proposed a bill that would drop prison time for crimes even including manslaughter and rape and possession and distribution of child porn, just to name a few. Well, I don't recall, Brianna, her running on any of those items. Do you?
No, but I don't think anyone who's been paying attention should be surprised. You know, even though she ran as a moderate, her and the rest of the Democratic Party have proved that they're not actually moderates. And legislation this extreme only sees the light of day when a party creates an environment where that is treated as somewhat serious, right? It's the same environment that allowed Jay Jones to ascend to the Attorney General, even though he fantasized about murdering Republicans and their children. And I think given that we're in a midterm year, what Republicans need to focus on, you cannot simply call a Democrat a radical. They tried that in November. It didn't work. Abigail won. You have to show they're radical, right? Remember when Donald Trump said Kamala's a radical? Let me show you. She wants to trans illegal aliens in prisons. That worked. So what Republicans got to do this year is say, look, vote for a Democrat like Abigail Spanberger, a moderate. You're going to get these ridiculous new prison guidelines that are going to make communities unsafe.
You know, the thing is, maybe this will be their new strategy. They will just hide who they really are, get in office, and then you get to find out. Got to pass the bill to find out what's in the bill, right?
Nancy Pelosi taught everyone best.
Yeah, she really did. All right, Brianna, we appreciate it. Thanks for being with us. All right.